Hello, community. So, once again, we're talking about the Ouya because, listen, the Ouya, everybody, a lot of people bought in the Kickstarter for Ouya. It was supposed to come out a certain day, and most overseas people didn't receive their console when they were supposed to. And so they went, okay, here, we're going to give you guys a credit to make up for it. And nobody's still buying games on the console, which obviously shows that more people want that console for emulation than they did for playing the new games, or they just didn't have games people found appealing. Well, Ouya has decided we're going to fix this problem, because as of right now, they're doing Field the Games Fund. Now, what's Field the Games Fund? Well, first of all, the Field the Game Fund is running now through August 10th, 2014, which this isn't going to last that long, because quite frankly, what they're doing is they're basically they're promising funds to developers with up to $250,000. There's a $100,000 bonus out there, but they're capping the commitment at $1 million. So basically, this is them funding people doing basically Kickstarters for games that'll be exclusive to Ouya. So basically, if they give you the money, which will not happen till, what does it say? It says the games had to be exclusive on Ouya for 6 months before the maker gets the full pay. So in other words, your game has to be exclusive to their accounts for 6 months before you even get to see the full payment of the money they promise you. You have to do a Kickstarter for your game, receive at least $50,000 in funding or more. They'll match the funds, and the point of this is, one, that your game will be exclusive to their console for 6 months, and two, they're hoping that if they give you money to double the budget of your game, that you'll use all that money towards the game. In theory. And three, it's supposedly going to be bringing games to the Ouya that people want to play. Now, as a lot of people noted, well, because you're doing this Field the Games Fund thing and the way you've set it up, then Ouya doesn't get to choose what games it funds and doesn't fund. If people match these requirements, obviously up to the $1 million till they spend the $1 million and then they're done, then they're going to have to give people money. And they're going to have to be exclusive for their console for 6 months. The other question comes, is anybody actually going to buy these games? Because so far the Ouya has proven that they have a very low retention rate. What I mean by that is the retention of games people buy with the system. So when people, a lot of times, when you see a video game console launch, they go, okay, for every PlayStation 3 sold, there, on average, are 3 games bought at retail when they buy the console. Or like the Wii, for example, every console bought, it was barely a game bought at retail. So those were very bad retention rates with the system. The same with Ouya. Even though a lot of people are buying the system, the retention rate of games that people are buying are very low. Nobody's yet really making money off their game on Ouya. So this is Ouya's problem, and all these kind of developers' problem, if they want their own marketplace, is you better have some killer game to promote your system. This is not a situation like the iPod, which went to the iPhone, which went to the iPad for Apple. Was when the iPod came out, Apple had the money to wait. They had the vision to make them better, and they knew that eventually the games would get better and come. Well, at the time, they were really the only mobile platform that was really doing it. And so it was just a matter of time, and eventually people made those killer games like Angry Birds and Temple Run and all those kind of games that drew people to the store to buy games. And they end up buying that game, like, oh, this game looks cool, and that game looks cool. That's why you need a killer game for your system. Because, yeah, the killer game for your system makes the people who buy your system go to your store, and while they're there, they may actually look at the other games and they may find another game they like, and then it ends up increasing the sales you're going to have. But right now, the Ouya doesn't have a lot of games for that. And the problem with making their system emulation that they hyped up so much from the beginning was a lot of people don't want the games. They want the emulation for the older consoles, so they can play those games, not the new games. Then this is where Ouya, I think, has a problem where they need to go. And honestly, if people bought those games for emulation of the old games, then maybe Ouya may possibly look at the fact, hey, the old console homebrew scene, maybe they bring those to the store for people to buy. Because maybe if the people are buying the emulation for whatever console and they have the homebrews on their store to buy, that may be the chance they get more people to buy stuff. Again, I think that Ouya has a lot of problems. It was the first out of the gate, so when people think of Android-based consoles, they're automatically going to think of the Ouya. But What's to keep them on the Ouya? What is the big... When people bought it, for those out there who are watching who bought Ouya, what was the big draw for you? Was it the emulation? Was it the new games? And I think this is where the problem is. Because even though they want to be a game system with a bunch of different games, it was just basically one of the easiest ways to play emulation. So what do you guys think of the problem that Ouya has? Do you think people are going to buy games for it? Do you think this is going to work? Love to hear your guys' thoughts on it, and I will make another video for you guys soon. Thanks for watching.